The hosts of bracketology are experts in nothing. They claim no advanced knowledge or profound insights. Instead, they are just three judgmental idiots who really like to bloviate their own opinions whenever given the chance. Take what they have to say with a grain of salt, or not at all. You'll probably be better off that way.
Okay. The age-old question.
Are your technical difficulties aside, Dan?
Hopefully. God, I hope so.
See, there's that long delay again. I swear I'm not sure I believe him. I can't tell if it's his internet or his brain.
That ad responded as soon as you stopped talking.
See, now that sounds like internet, but I still can't be sure.
I think you're fucking with me.
No, hold on. Wait, Scott, hold on. He's talking. Hold on. We're not fucking with you in any way.
You guys are fucking with me right now. I can see it in your stupid
I can
faces.
see it. Okay, no, hold on. There it is.
Hey, there's no reason to be rude.
There is definitely a delay.
Yeah, I don't...
See?
Am I going to have to go unplug my modem and plug it back in?
That was a good 6 seconds. I don't know what you're going to have to do.
Your wife says it's a good 6 seconds for you.
You added that last part on very close to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to put that in front of millions of people.
To Mrs. Grubb, I'm sorry.
You know what? I want to throw
What, Dan?
out... Huh?
No, it went quiet again.
Yeah, I don't...
That's because I stopped talking.
This is going to be great for an audio medium. We're going to have to record a whole new cold open.
Fourth time's the charm?
All right, we'll make it.
All right, I think that was it.
Yeah, that was
it.
That was good.
Were you guys fucking with me the whole time?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bracketology, the podcast that definitively decides all things tournament bracket style. I am your co-host, Scott Grubb.
I am your other co-host, Matt Robison.
And I'm the third co-host, Dan Default. And I gotta say, Scott, I'm proud of you for getting that opening right so consistently now.
I overthink it every time. This week, we continue to determine the worst mascot in pro sports. We have taken mascots from all four of the major leagues, NFL, the NBA, the MLB, and the NHL. We've spread them across a 32-team bracket. Last week, we got through NFL and MLB. This week, we take on the NHL and the NBA. Dan, you want to tell us a little bit about the bracket and who we're going to be discussing this week?
Yeah, we'll start this time on the East Coast side of the bracket with the NBA. We have Lucky the Leprechaun from the Boston Celtics, Rumble from the OKC Thunder, Bernie from the Heat, Slamson the Lion from the Kings, Grizz from the Grizzlies.
Okay, continue.
Stuff the Magic Dragon from the Magic, Boomer from the Pacers, Pierre the Pelican from the Pelicans.
Can we get the reference image changed?
Mm-hmm. That's why I was confused. I had the wrong reference image up.
There we go. All right.
So
what's our first matchup? Oh, sorry. We also have what?
Well,
the NHL side.
Yeah, in the NHL side, we're going to have Sparta Cat from the Senators.
Can we get the reference image again?
Oh, my God. Fucking Scott is such a
needy
Apple user.
Producer.
Diva.
I think the word you're looking for is producer.
Sparta Cat, the Senators. Harvey the Hound from the Flames. Hunter from the Oilers. Bowie from the Kraken. Stinger from the Blue Jackets, Nordy from the Wild, Chance, the Golden Knights, and then Finn the Whale from the Canucks.
Okay. We're starting on the NBA.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. What's our first matchup?
We'll start at the top, work our way down. Lucky the Leprechaun versus Rumble from the OKC Thunder.
So this one's an easy one for me.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
Lucky's just a fucking guy.
I don't like that it's just a dude.
It's not
Like-
even real short.
Mascots do all kind of... Stupid. Mascots do a lot of shit, like go into the crowd and sit in the empty seat next to a woman and put their arm around it. And that's just a dude doing that. Like, it's one thing if it's a dude dressed up like an eagle or something, but that's just a dude.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, if that guy came and sat down next to a woman that was near me, I'd think he was a predator.
Does the fact that he's been around since the 50s...
First of all, that man has not been around since the 50s. That guy's 30 at most.
So we've got like a Doctor Who kind of situation here. He regenerates into different forms. There's something creepy about that in his case. It's endearing for the Doctor, but it doesn't work for the Lucky the Leprechaun.
Yeah, it doesn't help anything in any way. I'm sorry.
He looks like an obnoxious drive time radio DJ got injected with Red Bull. I don't like him. Rumble, I don't give a shit what Rumble is.
I don't even
He's
know
not
what the
worse.
fuck Rumble is, and
He's
I don't
not
like his
worse
hands.
than Lucky.
I really don't like
What
his
do
hands.
you have a
but he's
hand?
not
You have a hand thing, man.
Look, man, it's a thing. I don't know what to tell you. Vote is for Lucky.
Yeah, Lucky is. Dan, what do you think?
I agree with both you guys. As much as Rumble the Buffalo looks weird.
Is it a buffalo?
I think so.
I'm
not calling you out. I'm truly wondering.
I think.
I think so. I think it's the Rumble. I think it's the. I think it's supposed to be a buffalo because when it's stampeding, that's Rumble and that's the Thunder reference. I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
But either way, it's way better than Lucky the Leprechaun.
Yeah, Lucky the Leprechaun is literally just a dude. I think that's pretty unimaginative. Since the point is to like hype up a crowd, get good pictures with the kids, have a little fun.
I'm not letting that guy anywhere near kids.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
He looks like he should be on a registry somewhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm voting Lucky the Leprechaun.
I think we should move on before slander comes into play.
Next matchup, we have from the Heat, Bernie versus for the Kings, Slamson the Lion.
All right, there are two
I will
things
say
here.
I like both the names.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm a big fan of puns.
I like the names.
And Bernie, Burnie, that's tremendous.
Choice. It's a choice name.
Yeah, Slamson the Lion. Now we got to ask, what is Bernie? Because this is the closest thing to an MLB mascot that we have on here.
Yep.
It looks like a giant bird of some kind, but I don't know.
Yeah. Let's find.
He is a
out.
7 foot tall fireball. His nose is made out of a green basketball. He actually made his debut in 1988.
I didn't even know Miami had a basketball team since 1988, let alone a mascot.
They also have another mascot named Bernie Jr., who was introduced in 2014. So apparently Bernie is procreating somehow. Well,
he's a
flames
fire.
make more flames all the time.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It's self-procreation. What do you call asexual reproduction?
Can I just say that Slamson the Lion kind of looks like he was a mascot that cut the face off of another mascot and then put it over his. It gives off some real what's his name? We just referenced him earlier.
What, Buffalo Bill?
Buffalo Bill. It gives off some real Buffalo Bill energy.
Yeah, and the way that the mascot looks, it looks like he's asking me to put lotion on the skin, or else I'm getting the claws again.
I mean,
the face to mane thing is really kind of upsetting.
I was gonna say it. The main line, like the receding main line, is really it's really getting to
me. It looks like that time Dwight cut the face off of a CPR dummy on The Office.
Yes,
like that's what it looks like. It's making me more upset the longer I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, and I'd just like to throw this out, I don't actually care about the Nuggets, but the Nuggets have a far superior lion as a mascot.
Yeah, for sure.
They really do.
So, I mean, this one, I got to be honest. I think I got my vote. I wasn't sure.
Dan, how do you feel about these?
Oh, look, Slamson the Lion is a better name. Bernie the mascot is a better mascot. Slamson's face freaks me out. Not a fan. And yes, to your point, the Nuggets have a way better lion mascot. There's so much wrong with the visual of that mascot. I can't not vote for him as the worst.
I have to disagree. I think Slamson and Bernie are both excellent mascot names. I love the play on the word Bernie. I appreciate the pun significantly. But Slamson, I mean, it's Slamson. I don't know. It's also a good pun, but that face is just off-putting. So Slamson's definitely the worst of the two.
I think the only saving grace that Slamson has is the name Slamson.
Yeah.
And I think Slamson can be given as a name to any basketball mascot, followed by the something, and it would turn out better than that. Like it's Slamson the Lion is my vote.
Yeah.
All right. Clean sweep.
Sweep it. That gets us into one that I am excited to talk about for two reasons. Grizz versus Stuff the Magic Dragon. So Grizz from the Memphis Grizzlies versus Stuff the Magic Dragon. Again, wonderful name. Stuff the Magic Dragon is fucking great. That is iconic of a name. Grizz sounds dirty.
It sounds a lot like maybe I don't know,
what,
music
Scott?
that might be played, music that of a kind of music that would be played in like a, I don't know, cantina in space, you know?
Like a bar almost.
Yeah,
maybe where outlaws go.
Yeah, the live jazz band there. It sounds like that.
Yeah.
He does look
nothing like a grizzly
I'll
bear.
say out of all the mascots we've seen, I'd say he probably is the closest to badass looking of all of them.
Yeah, because he looks like he's going to eat a kid's face.
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
But he doesn't look like a bear, and that's bothering me really bad.
It's man bear.
Minus the pig.
Minus the pig, yeah. Stuff the Magic Dragon just looks like an LSD trip.
Yeah, I am here for it. Look, the Orlando Magic is the worst team name of all professional sports in my eyes nowadays. And Stuff the Magic Dragon is the... Look, I love the name. I love the brightness of stuff. That's a stupid sentence. But I mean, I don't know. Stuff the Magic Dragon seems like a better... He looks like more fun.
You know, let's put that in practice. I love the way stuff looks. I love the colors of stuff. I love the size of stuff.
Well,
I love how silly stuff can be. That all sounds stupid because his name is Stuff.
I like it.
Those are all stupid sentences.
Look, man. So I don't know how you can hate that name, Stuff the Magic Dragon.
It's
playing
a wonderful
for
pun.
Orlando Dragon or Orlando Magic's. That's great. That is a great.
It's not that great. It's incredibly derivative of it. Or like, that's lazy. It's
So's
lazy.
Lucky.
That's also true.
In fact,
Another who also
that's
lost.
That's partly racist.
What?
Lucky.
Oh, Lucky. I mean, yeah. Okay, sure. I'll give you that. And you know what? Lucky also lost.
Yeah. Well, look, Stuff to me is better than Grizz. I think Grizz is stupid.
But
Only argument.
I think the name of Stuff the Magic Dragon is better, but the mascot is super weird.
It's a dragon.
It is something, but at least Grizz is, you look at it and you're like, that's a bear.
Fuck off. You do not look at that and say, that's a bear. You look at that and say, that's a knockoff Teen Wolf.
you look at that and you say, honey, it's in the backyard again.
He's here.
Yeah, it's behind the trees, peering around the corner.
Just throw a bone. That thing looks more like a werewolf than it does a bear. I'm sorry.
So, Dan, what's your vote for worst mascot?
Oh, man. I don't like the way that Grizz's face looks. I feel like they tried to be too lifelike with Grizz. Whereas Stuff the Magic Dragon, I like the playful nature of it. I love the name. So my vote for worst is going to the Grizz. The Grizz doesn't have that Riz, y'all.
Well, you've never sounded older in your life.
Yeah. So you both say Grizz?
Yeah, I got to go Grizz, man. Grizz is the worst.
Fair enough.
Grizz is the worst. Grizz looks like they skinned a bear and a 6'2", 138-pound man just put the fur on himself.
It's like the worst Hercules ever.
What?
Hercules wore a lion's pelt.
That's a bear. Hold on.
No. Not saying it was a good reference. It was a reference.
All right. That gets us to our last matchup. What's our last matchup?
I know you're rethinking the good old days of when Hercules was written, but you've aged past that now. We got, what is it? Boomer from the Pacers versus Pierre the Pelican from the Pelicans.
Do we have to call him Pierre the Pelican? Can we just call him Pierre?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a part of his name.
I mean, that's just Stuff up there, so.
I'm assuming that Stuff is who you would have voted for since we didn't actually get your vote.
No, Stuff is great. I would totally keep Stuff. Grizz is definitely way worse. Are you kidding me? I want my kids to have a picture with Stuff the Magic Dragon. I kind of hope we can go to a Magic game when we go to Disney.
Oh.
Yeah, I want a picture with
My
Stuff the
kids
Magic
would
Dragon.
love Stuff the Magic Dragon. Are you kidding me?
All right,
great.
Boomer
I
versus
want to be best
Pierre.
friends with Stuff the Magic Dragon.
What the fuck is Boomer?
Yeah, what is Boomer?
He looks like a dog.
You put the bracket together. Did you do any research other than Google Pictures?
No.
Okay.
Yes. I did a little bit.
What is a pacer, by the way?
He's a 6 foot tall, energetic cat, sometimes called the Pacers Panther.
That's a cat?
I mean, I can kind of see it.
Okay.
I don't know. So I just looked up what is a pacer because I don't know. And Google said one that paces.
That checks out. That checks out.
Womp, womp, womp.
Helpful as
Specifically,
always.
a horse whose predominant gait is the pace.
Mm.
So
All right.
it's for a horse and they have a cat.
Yeah.
I'm only going off this one photo. I'm not bothering to Google anything else. But I have to say that Boomer looks kind of like Voldemort trying to take Harry's soul out from his scar. Like that's what he look. His just the hand placement and the position that he's in. It's giving off a lot of Voldemort energy.
Avada Kedavra!
Yeah, I don't like it. And what's up with that face? That's not what a cat looks like. And the ears are wrong. I don't like any of it.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
not
like
a
any of it.
huge fan. But I do also have to say the fucking Pierre creepy open beak thing.
Yep.
Weird.
What is it? You hands and mouths? Like
Look, I'm starved.
Pierre
for
makes
a touch,
sense. You
all
have
right?
the French Quarter down there. You
I've been alone
you
for a
have the
long
French-
time, Scott.
you have the French Quarter down there. You have that influence. Pierre pays tribute to the area that it's from. Pelican, right there on the bayou. I mean, it all makes sense for New Orleans.
Yeah.
No one, what the fuck is a fucking blue panther cat looking weird thing got to do with being a boomer and pace? Like, and no one likes boomers. Boomers
So,
the
we
worst.
We kind of talked about this with Slamson, the lion. Like, the idea of Pierre the Pelican is a great idea for all the reasons that you just stated. The execution of Pierre the Pelican is awful.
What do you
like
see wrong with the execution?
The mouth, dude. The weird beak and open mouth. I can't with it.
Well, you gotta have at some point you have to have a little bit of respect of function along with form. Like the person in it got to be able to see where they're going, or they're not going to be able to shoot off the t-shirt cannon.
The fuck are the eyes for?
Like you got to take.
Yeah,
that's not where a person's head is. That's not where their line of sight is. They'd be stepping on every single kid. Look, this is coming from somebody. Cover the kid's ears. Okay, 3 seconds. Cover the kid's ears. This is coming from somebody who was Chuck E. Cheese for like 5 years, okay? I was in that costume. My eyes did not align with where Chucky's eyes were. I could see out of them, but that wasn't going to help me. More often than not, I'm looking through the mouth. That's where your line of sight is in those helmets.
Well, thank you for 2 things. 1, ruining childhoods across the world.
Look,
and
I tried to warn everyone.
And 2, the anatomy lesson of mascots.
I'm just saying, you got to respect the function along with the form. I don't think there's anything wrong with Pierre Pelican's aesthetic.
Yep.
I also think that if anybody got food poisoning from a Chuck E. Cheese, Scott is most likely to blame.
We didn't mess with your food.
I think Pierre is creepy. Now what I will say, okay, because I did Google. Because I take this job seriously.
So do I.
I take this job seriously. I do my research. Pierre
You Googled in real time while I was talking.
Yeah, that's correct. Pierre looks to be a throwback. He looks to have been brought back from when New Orleans lost the Jazz and became the Pelicans.
Yep.
Pierre was the original mascot, and I can respect the shit out of that. I'm going to be honest. I really don't like the way it looks. I prefer the creepy way that it used to look.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. Because even with that, it had an open beak, but it wasn't weird and
jutting out and again giving us that Jay Leno.
Yeah. You guys are seeing Boomer, right? Like, you see the weird, creepy eyes and the...
Yeah, but I also looked up Boomer, and when it's not that photo, he looks like a cat. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, he does look like a cat.
I don't know. I could still be convinced either direction, but I really don't like the name Boomer. Pierre's cool. It does. I agree with Scott. The name itself is very New Orleans, right? It has the French history to the name as well as the city. The pelican is a bird that apparently goes to New Orleans sometimes, probably for Mardi Gras. I don't understand the cat. I don't understand what a pacer is still. Yeah, I don't know. But I really hate the way that Pierre looks.
I agree.
I don't know.
To literally everything you just said. And since we're voting on worst mascots, the actual physical manifestation of Pierre the Pelican is worse to me than Boomer the cat.
I have to disagree. I'm going to say Boomer.
Matt, comes down to you.
It always comes down to Matt.
Guide us through these dark times, Matthew.
Yeah, when I said
Let your wisdom be a beacon of light.
When I said I could be convinced either direction still, and then neither of you presented arguments.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted us to try.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Sorry, buddy.
You're a strong, independent woman. You don't need no man.
Here's the thing. I've got to respect the game a little bit. And I think that Boomer could play basketball better, but I think that Pierre gets the kids excited. So I'm going to vote the worst mascot is Boomer.
Woo!
Okay.
Your reaction to that really threw me off, Dan.
You're more invested in that than I expected you to be.
I can't stand Pierre's stupid mouth.
I can't either, Dan, but part
It's
of
a seagull beak. Like, it's got the big thing at the, like, what is
You're a seagull beak.
First of all, it's a pelican beak. That is its own
What a
bird.
pelican
It's
beak.
different
Excuse
than
me.
seagulls. Completely. It's a different species. All right, let's move on to the NHL because this is one that I've been looking forward to because it's insane.
All right, our first matchup, we have Spartacat from the Senators versus Harvey the Hound from the Flames.
All right, right off the bat, both of them stupid names.
You don't like Spartacat?
I kind of like Spartacat. Spartacat sounds like it should have been a meme from the early 2000s. Harvey the Hound. All right, you know what? All right, picture in your head Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, picture what he looks like. All right.
Okay.
Now,
I didn't know we
reel
were
it back.
revisiting anatomy.
We are. Reel it back and picture what Chuck E. Cheese looked like in the 80s. Okay.
Creepy.
And how much more terrifying and weird it looked. Okay. Same thing with Mickey Mouse. Think about what mascots looked like in the 80s versus what they look like today. Harvey the Hound looks like they're still using the same mascot costume from the 80s. It gives off that weird, dated, old mascot costume aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
So two things. It does. You're not wrong. Harvey was introduced in 1984 and was the NHL's first mascot.
Yeah, they
That
haven't
says
changed
something.
his design since 1984.
But that's historical, bruh.
Yeah, but
He's got googly eyes.
Exactly.
He's got googly eyes.
No.
He also has a tongue that's sticking out that weirds me out.
There's
I
so
bet-
much wrong with that in
I bet
today's
people like that.
mascot culture.
I bet people like that tongue. You know what I mean? All right, hold on. On the Calgary Flames website, the bio.
Hey Harvey, what that tongue do?
What's that tongue do, though?
Why does it look like he's wearing a pro wrestling championship belt too?
Because he had to hold those pants up.
Because he is the champion.
Harvey the Hound.
Of tongue wrestling?
Harvey the Hound's
That's-
position is center of attention.
Yeah, I bet it is. Oh.
He shoots / marks his territory right-handed. And he is acquired by the
Wait,
Flames.
hold on. He marks his territory right-handed. So do I.
That's what it says he's acquired. Hold on, he was acquired the Flames' first pound draft pick in 1983. The first pound draft pick.
I'm done. You lost me with that last one. I was pretty happy with the Howie marks his territory joke, but you lost me with the last one about the first
you
pound.
didn't lose me at all. You gained my vote.
Yeah, fuck Spartacat. I don't even have to talk about him. That thing's ugly and name's stupid. Vote Spartacat.
Harvey the Hound looks like something of children's nightmares.
But like
and
in a nostalgic
Spartacat
way.
Doesn't?
I mean, it kind of does.
All right. Vote Spartacat. Scott, who are you going for?
I'm voting Harvey the Hound.
Dan,
I think Spartacat gives off a pretty chill vibe. I think it'd be kind of cool to kick back a beer or three with him, you know?
Your idea of chill vibe freaks me out. If you think
he hangs out with us.
Spartacat.
I will say there is a 30% chance he's going to try and talk to you about crypto. He does kind of give off that vibe.
I'm going to keep this. I'm going to save this photo. I absolutely love Harvey the Hound's eyes. His googly eyes are tremendous.
So here's what I'm going to say. He was the first pound draft pick. He was NHL's first mascot. And he is a Husky, which I also have. Sadie was my first pound draft pick. Of course, I am not going to say that is the worst. Spartacat gets my vote.
Fuck you, Spartacat.
Harvey is the goodest boy.
He's great.
All right, whatever.
All right. Our next matchup is Hunter from the Oilers versus Bowie from the Kraken. Now we got a lot to discuss here, boys. Hunter is Lynx. What is Hunter?
I bet you there's unsolicited.
It is a Canadian lynx.
I bet you there's unsolicited Beauty and the Beast style fan fiction written about Hunter out there somewhere.
Yeah, that's not where I thought you were going to go with that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
After their initial shock of a lynx living in a secret den below Rogers Place, they quickly realized how huge a fan I was and how committed I was to the team. They asked me to be their mascot and named me Hunter after Wild Bill Hunter, the original owner of the Edmonton Oilers. FYI, that's a bio written by Hunter.
Why does Bowie look like a water hedgehog? What is that?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Bowie is. Bowie.
He is a Seattle sea troll.
Okay. Dude, that photo doesn't do it justice. The one that we're looking at does not do it justice.
Yeah, he's a Seattle sea troll who inhabits the caverns of Climate Pledge Arena. Yeah.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
That picture you shared with us makes it look like a cute little hedgehog type thing.
Yeah,
this picture is not that.
Now, here's the thing about Bowie. I got to give him props. Dude's got his ears pierced. Appreciate that.
Is it a dude?
Yeah, everybody's a dude. I did say his, though, so I feel bad about that. They got their ears pierced.
Well, only one of their ears.
One. The other, what is that, a horn on the other side?
Oh, yeah. Bowie is said to be a nephew of the Fremont Troll, which is a public sculpture in Seattle. A 6-foot-tall blue sea troll. His hair is a nod to hockey flow and the waves of the Puget Sound.
Well, that's a stretch. I kind of like Bowie. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Kind of like Bowie. I'm a big fan of the fantasy stuff, so trolls, here for it.
The North, man, this goes into that, like, that kind of stereotype that the Northeast has of being a little weird and woodsy. What did I say?
Northeast.
Northwest? I meant Northwest, yeah.
Yep,
of being kind of weird and woodsy. and I think it's the right level of leaning into it.
It kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you all remember, because you didn't live here when he was the mascot, but the Colorado Avalanche used to have an abominable snowman as the mascot.
Hmm.
And it kind of reminds me of that, like kind of leaning into that, weird, kind of out there. I don't dislike it. I think Hunter's boring.
Yeah, I'm not impressed by Hunter one way or another.
See, to me, it's another example of like Slamson, where they had an idea and tried to make it too realistic with the face. And it's just, if you're going to have a mascot, it's good to be a little on the cartoonish side, which Bowie is.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think it's interesting because Hunter is the first one that I'm like, where it wasn't exactly clear of what it was, but immediately I knew it. I said Lynx.
Yeah.
That's what he
And
is.
you were right.
But I agree. I think it's a little bit too realistic. Worst mascot, Hunter.
Yep, Hunter.
Okay. With Dan's silence, we will move Hunter on.
I voted already.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, must have been
I
delayed.
said Hunter.
And move on to our next matchup. What's our next matchup?
Stinger from the Blue Jackets versus Nordy from the Wild.
All right, what the fuck is Stinger? Is that a turtle?
I assumed it was a bee or some kind. I don't know.
It's green. It's a frog. No, it's not.
What are the Blue Jackets? Where are they from?
Columbus.
Since when does Columbus have a protein?
For 20 plus years, I believe.
No. Cool.
Seriously, what the fuck is Stinger?
I have no idea.
What is Stinger?
I'm assuming Nordy is supposed to be like a mountain lion.
So Stinger is like a play on the Yellow Jacket, since the team is called the Blue Jackets. But the name comes from Ohio's Civil War history for the Blue Jackets. Stinger is just a bee that is green.
Why? Okay, so it's a green bee.
Yep.
That always has this like weird angry grin on it.
Yep.
And
kinda.
Then, what is Nordy supposed to be?
It looks like a mountain lion.
Well, is it? I always looked at the Wild logo as like a bear face.
He's a mix of a bear and a fox with a hockey flow and a green M on his forehead. That's
over the top. That's too much. You don't need any of that. Just give me a fucking mountain lion. Why is it mixed with a fox?
I don't know. I wasn't in the room when they made it.
Because it's wild.
No, it's mild.
Ooh.
I'm an Avs fan. Sorry. Not sorry.
This is a tough one for me because they both suck.
I mean, they do.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult. It's like I don't care at all about either one of them whatsoever.
This may be the difficult part of doing a worst of bracket.
Yeah, I'm going to pass judgment on them and then never think of them again in my life.
I mean, realistically, Stinger is... I didn't know what it was, like, at all. Like, looking at the photo that we have as a reference... It kind of looks like a mixture between a frog and a turtle, and it's not. It's a fucking green bee.
It kind of looks like a character that would be in Rocko's Modern Life.
He's not even blue. Oh, dude, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love that show, so...
Yeah, I do too, but I don't like his stupid grin. Nordy's just boring. He's not bringing anything to the game.
I think that's the issue. It's too much. Like they went over the top. The M on the forehead, unnecessary.
Yeah.
If you're going to make him a mixture between a fox and a mountain lion, just do that. Don't fucking brand him.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, that's what the uniform's for. He doesn't need a green M on his head. You're right.
Yeah. But Stinger is ugly and stupid.
Dan, how do you feel?
I mean, like I said, I think they're both really dumb looking. Like, I'm not a big fan of the eyes on Stinger's face, but I'm not a big fan of the entirety of Nordy. And only by the slightest of margins does Nordy kind of hedge out the worst for me.
So we have 1 vote Stinger, 1 vote Nordy. Is that what I hear? Matt, did you vote Stinger?
Yeah, I'm voting Stinger as the worst.
Okay. I feel like neither one of them give me much of an impression, honestly. I feel like if I was at a live event, Nordy, that would probably continue to remain true. Like, I wouldn't really care too much about what Nordy's doing at any given time, probably. I'm sure he's going to go out on ice and do something and whatever, but like, he's just not giving off an air of high energy. Stinger, I feel like, would detract from my experience. Whenever he showed up on Jumbotron or on the ice or whatever, his big stupid grin just gives off a lot of like, if he was a character in Rocco's Modern Life, he'd be like Rocco's overbearing boss or something, That's the energy the grin's giving off, and that's off-putting, and I don't like it. So I'm going to vote Stinger as the worst of these two.
Right.
But I'm going to say Nordy's about as exciting as a bowl of unseasoned, unsauced spaghetti, Just like that's the level of spice he's bringing.
Unseasoned, unsauced spaghetti. What a description.
Yep. Our last matchup. Chance from the Golden Knights versus Finn the Whale from the Canucks.
Now, I have a couple things to say.
Hit me.
Is Chance a snake?
Clearly.
Yes.
Very, very easy mascot to make. A fucking guy in knight's armor.
Yeah.
Like,
but then they run into the same problem with as Chance the Leprechaun or Lucky the Leprechaun.
They don't have to hold on. They don't have to make it just a dude wearing actual armor. They can easily make a mascot costume of a guy wearing golden armor and have like everything else be black. Like, make it the fucking helmet that they've got on the jersey. I think it's stupid. Now, what I will say is that the name Chance for a team in Vegas,
it's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Now, Finn the Whale, on the other hand, makes me think of Street Sharks, and that's cool.
But what does Finn the Whale have to do with Canucks?
It's their logo.
That does not answer my question one way or another.
That felt like it did.
I'll say Chance looks pretty cool because he's like very sleek. Which makes sense because, snake, but still, like, the lack of fur makes him stand out amongst his peers.
I mean, you're not wrong there. I mean, the smoothness of that snake's head is... Oh, he's a Gila monster.
Oh. I guess that's probably a Nevada, Vegas thing. They're probably predominant out there or something.
Say that again?
Is that a Vegas, Nevada thing? Are they predominant out there or something?
Dan, where would you say Las Vegas is located?
Nevada.
It's not very often that I am the one saying things differently.
How are you saying things different?
In Nevada...
No, Nevada.
Y'all are insane.
You're outnumbered here, too.
I know, and it's stupid. In Nevada...
Oh, and it is a lizard, not a snake.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. I don't know. I think they have so many other options. They could have done a giant pair of dice, and I'd have been more into it. Like, I don't know. It's a fucking street shark, guys.
Yeah, look. So Finn the Whale, I do like the way that it connects with the Canucks. Hey. And I think that this is a good example of having, because it has the fin on the back, but it doesn't protrude out and make his head look super big. But it also has a weird open mouth and I don't like it.
They both have open mouths.
I'm not too off put by Finn's open mouth, and I think it's because he has a tongue and fangs. And the fangs, that gives it that ferociousness that Scott was needing from Mascots. And yeah, it pays homage to the Canucks, man. Classic team.
Pays homage how? What does that even mean?
It's in the logo, Scott. That's literally all I know. The only thing I know is that I think Canucks is another word for Canadian, and then the logo has a whale in it. That's all I got.
Okay, sure.
But the Golden Knights have nothing to do with Gila monsters. So I'm voting Chance. Chance is worse than Finn. In fact, I want to hang out with Finn. I want to fight crime with Finn.
All right. How about you, Dan?
I mean, all right. It's a tough decision, but honestly, I'm going to have to give it the Chance. His head is ridiculously big in comparison to the rest of his body, and it's the freakier image to me. You know, a lot of mascots, when they put a big head on, like if you look at Nordy or even Harvey or Hunter or Spartacat, they have big heads, but their bodies are also larger. This is just like somebody took Lucky the Leprechaun and put a big weird head on him. Disproportion freaks me out. I would like to say, though, that these mascots, the people underneath the costumes, all do amazing things. I would kill myself if I was on the ice or having to do slam dunks or even running up and down the stadiums at which they call home. So massive respect to the people under the mask. But for the mask, Chance sucks. He's getting my vote.
Scott, do you want to throw your vote out?
And I was going to vote Finn, so, it's whatever. It doesn't matter. I just think Chance looks cool. Like, it'd be cool to have a picture with Chance. I don't know.
Yeah,
Out of all the mascots we've seen today, I think he's the coolest looking one. I like how his color scheme matches that of the team.
Does that even include T-Rack or whatever?
Yeah, man. It's a fucking raccoon. It's kind of dumb.
What about Dinger? Dinger was dope as hell.
Yeah, Chance is still kind of is cooler. Anyway, this does it for us. This is completion of round one. Woo. We have made it through all four divisions. We have talked through the 32 of the worst mascots. We've narrowed it down. Next week we will start round two, where we will make it through the
Sucky 16.
Sucky 16. There we go. As usual, we want to thank you for turning us on and giving us a listen. That's not what I wanted to say. For giving us a listen.
Even Oliver freaked out about that a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
But thank you for that too.
Yeah, I can always tell when someone's listening. It's a secret talent I've got. We want to thank Aaron O'Donnell from Aaron O'Donnell Music for letting us use the track that you hear at the opening and ending of every episode. Continue to listen in next week while we work through the bracket. As usual, you can also find us on our socials at Bracketology, BRACKETALLOGY on all platforms. Yeah, that does it for us. My name's Scott.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Dan.
Bye-bye.